All right, good evening once again, and apologies for the long sick tune playing out and, just generally making a nuisance in your ear. My doctor is not yet here, but you know that the show must go on always, always, because when it comes to health, I don't know if there is anything or any other aspect of our lives, be it political, social, whatever, that is as important as our health. And it is, for me, really, really like monumental error not to talk about our health every chance that we get. And so my doctor isn't here. We were going to talk about headaches and what different types of headaches actually mean. I'm hoping that I've not been able to get through to him. I'm hoping that he will be here soon. But if not, we have to talk about something as regards our health. And I just thought it would be nice to talk about, those common things that we have around the house and some of the things that we hear or I've heard that they're great for. Now, just a quick caveat. Let's just get it out there that whenever you are going to go the homeopathic way for anything, you really need to talk to your doctor, whether you are on medications already or whether you're not. Now, the simple reason is this, that there are some of these things that you might take that would actually either impede the work, like stop or slow down the work that the drugs that you are on are doing, or they could actually make it more effective. So can you imagine someone who is taking blood thinners, maybe someone who has fat in the blood, or for one reason or the other, blood is that person's blood is thicker than usual, and the person has been placed on blood thinners, and then the person starts to take something like garlic on another level, and then a thing like garlic comes into combination with the drugs you're already on. God forbid, that would be a serious problem. Okay, so what I'm just saying is this, that a lot of doctors now, more and more of them, health personnel, are getting on board with homeopathic remedies. A lot of them acknowledge some of the benefits, that these vegetables or foods have, the effect that they have on our bodies. And so when you talk to them and say, look, I would like to add this to my diet, I heard that this is good or that is good, many of them actually understand now and say, okay, yeah, but since you take this, please ensure that, or since I've placed you on these drugs, ensure that whatever you're going to take, you shouldn't take it beyond this. That's what I'm saying. So if we are on medication, or even if we aren't, please don't start anything without your doctor's permission. It's very important that we get that out of the way. Having said that, I would just like to talk about common things around the place and then open up the phone lines, because I know that there are quite a number of people who even know more about things like this. Okay, so let's talk about honey. Now, honey is like an elixir. So many benefits to honey. The catch for many of us in these climes would be getting original honey. But I do know that there are those who are still able to lay their hands on honey. Now, honey has not just healing properties, it also has antimicrobial properties. It just means that it is not the friend of many bacteria out there, and it also helps in the healing both inside and outside the body. Oh, okay, we're live on Facebook. You can go and see just only me there talking to you. You can drop your comments actually on Facebook. We can take them. You could ask questions. We could do the research together. But talk about our health, we must. Today. Okay, so talking about honey first. Honey is healing and honey is antimicrobial. Now, of course, like I said, everything that you take in excess, it gets to be a huge problem. So you don't want to take honey in excess, because what it will do is send you to the toilet, probably trigger diarrhea for you, and you don't want that. And for those who have diabetes, many times, because we talk about the health benefits of honey so much, that people now forget that honey has as much sugar, what it's layman's terms that I'm using right now, but has as much sugar as the white sugar that we know. The only difference is that its own sugar is beneficial, but the white sugar that we take is useless. Instead, the white sugar actually goes into the body and causes more harm. So it's not like people who have conditions like diabetes can just go ahead and start taking honey anyhow, whether it's original or whether it is not, because it has the same effect on people like that. It's still sugar. It could still spike, sugar in your blood. Just because it's healing and natural does not mean that you should just go ahead and take it. And this is where you probably now start to get why I'm saying whatever you want to do to supplement what you're taking right now, if you're on medications, and even if you just want to live better, to make healthier decisions, it's always good that you ask your doctor, because believe it or not, there are even people that I hear that are allergic to honey. Don't be surprised. There's nothing that people cannot be allergic to. It's just our body. That's the way it is. That's how God made us. Okay, so honey is good for us, but like every other thing we're going to be talking about after this, we need to take everything in moderation after we have consulted with our doctors. All right, so we have a commercial break coming up now. When we get back, we'll be talking about other things. So write it down. Honey is good. It's also good for burns. I hear that, when there's a wound that you feel, there will be serious scarring for this. If you can get original honey and put it over that wound, it could heal. But once again, another caveat, you cannot use that for people. People who have diabetes also have wounds. So when it gets to a certain point, they have wounds that, do not want to heal. You cannot go and pour honey on that, because the honey, of course, will get into their bloodstream and it will be as good as them ingesting it. So once again, see your doctor. There might be ways now in which they could use it to heal wounds, but not one that Jacqueline knows. Okay, so let's go on a quick commercial break. Like I said, I'll be opening up the phone lines, but before then, we'll talk about some others. You could also drop us a line on Facebook. Take a look at that, and I'll be reading out suggestions, questions, whatever, after this time out. Stay with us. It's Your Health 360. 360 with Jack. All right. Thank you for staying with us through that commercial break. Still with Jacqueline Adebija on Your Health 360. And we managed to talk about honey before we went on that commercial time out, talking about the benefits, health benefits of honey, having it in the house. Original honey, very important for us to remember that we're talking original honey, not the burnt sugar that many people do put inside containers and call honey. And for some people, they mix the original honey with burnt sugar. And don't be deceived by seeing the comb inside the honey. Yeah, like I said, many people out there listening and know so much, and let's get knowledge for each other. There's a way people get to know original honey. I think they said if you strike a match to original honey, I don't know, is it that if you put the matchstick inside original honey, when you strike, it will still the matchstick will still blaze, or that it doesn't come on. I think it's that the matchstick will still, when you strike it, it will still come. You know what I'm talking about. It will strike. Okay, so there must be a way to know original honey. Don't get deceived with that. They put the comb inside it and they are showing it to you and telling you this is original honey. No, that's not the true test. But when I do open up the phone lines, as a matter of fact, I think we should open them now so that it can be very interactive. And there are a lot of people who know more than I do about this. So let's talk about honey and other things. Any other thing you want to talk about while I'm talking. And the numbers are the same. They are 081 40,000 989 and 07087 800 989. Once again, that's 081 40,000 and 989. 081 40,000 989 and 07087 800 989. Once again, 081 40,000 989 and 07087 800 989. So is there anyone out there that knows how we can identify real honey? Now would be the time for you to talk. But like I said, there are ways to know. And I think the matchstick one is one of the ways. But well, the lines are open. So let's move on to another. And many times we don't seem to regard this vegetable as much, but it packs a punch. Talking about carrots. Carrots are full of so many health benefits, but chief amongst them is the one for the eyes, the benefit for the eyes. And I'm talking what you can use to help children, especially growing children who start to show those signs where they are squinting. You call them and they are looking at you like with squinted eyes, and you're beginning to think this child needs glasses, or why is this child always squinting in the sun, and all of that. Many times when we're pregnant, of course, with food cravings and other things, many times we don't eat balanced diets. We don't take in the kind of things that we should take in for the benefit of the fetus or the baby or babies. And so sometimes they come and need that extra push in the right direction. Okay, we have a call. Like I said, I'll be taking your calls as we go. Hello, good evening. Please step away from your radio. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Jacqueline.
Yes, Jacqueline here.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Who am I speaking with?
God bless you. Elder Chimeze here.
Elder Chimeze, thank you for calling. You want to tell us how to identify?
Yes, I'm calling from Mahuta.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah. Please, if you want to identify original honey,
yes,
you have to drop it on the ground.
Okay.
When you drop it on the ground, there is small ants.
Okay.
Small ants. If that small ant did not come, say it's not original honey.
Really?
Even when you drop it, ants,
yes. Which type? Because ants will go to anything sweet. So what if it's that burnt sugar? Ants always, are attracted to sweet things.
Yes. And another one, if that ant did not come, then you will touch it from your hand if it did not draw. Honey, original honey is drawing.
Okay.
If it not draw, not be original honey.
Okay. If it doesn't draw, like draw soup, like you put hand.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yes. It is draw.
Okay.
It draw for your hand like this, and if you test them, you go know this is the true original honey.
Okay.
It's easy to identify.
Easy. What about the color? Should it be a dark looking brown like?
Okay. Sometimes original honey they're black. Sometimes they're brown.
Okay.
It depends the place they bring it out.
And sir, another thing I want to ask you, because it seems like you know about honey. That smell,
yes.
Why when we buy foreign honey, it has a good smell. But when you buy the local honey, in fact, some foreign honeys don't really have a pungent smell. You can't say, you can perceive a strong smell. But when we buy locally, there are some smells that you get. And I asked some time ago, and someone said it's because of the wood that we use locally in driving the bees away before, those people pack the honey. Is it true? Why do we have that kind of awful smell for many honeys, the local honeys that we have around?
Okay, in my place where I come from, Imo State.
Okay.
In we don't gather honey. Honey is always in forest.
Okay.
Bee is always in forest. We are like a wood has a hole.
Okay.
It's always there.
Yeah.
And inside the ground, it's always inside the hole in the ground. When you now go there, you now carry fire, put outside near the honey, put outside and chasing the honey before you now and bring it from the hole.
Mm-hmm.
And when you taste it, when you see it, you hear the smell, the original honey. Sometimes now people are farming honey as a farm.
Yes.
So they will put it inside the maybe tree. To put it there and pour some little honey there. So the bee will come there and build his own house in that place.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so sometimes
you're saying that smell could actually be there for original honey. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. If we see original honey in Nigeria, you will know that this is pure original honey. There is fake. Are you hearing me? Like sugar, there is sugar honey.
There are too many of them out there.
Yes. Me, I don't use sugar honey. I use honey.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, sir. Elder Chimeze. We really appreciate
God bless you.
And amen. Thank you so much.
God bless you. I'm happy to hear a voice every day.
Thank you, sir.
Honestly speaking, even the married kids, I so love it.
Thank you, sir.
God will bless you.
Thank you. Amen to that. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. God bless you.
Have a great evening. Yes, sir. And thank you for sharing knowledge with us. Elder Chimeze has talked about, the fact that honey can come in different colors. I've always wondered about that because when you buy foreign honey in the bottle, it always has this beautiful golden brown look. But when you go for local honey in our community, most of them look black. They look like, even some of them looking like dark red, like wine, like wine color. And so there was that question. And of course, he did say that sometimes because of where the honey comes from, it takes on some smell. That smell, frankly, I do not like. Still taking your calls. Hello, good evening. We're connected.
Hello?
Yes, hello, good evening.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Timothy calling from down Remote 1.
Okay, Dr. Timothy, you're welcome. Great to have you on the show. Come, tell us some stuff that we need to know.
Yeah, a real honey. Yeah, for you to know the real honey.
Yes.
When you drop it on ground, it doesn't spray.
It doesn't spread.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you just put a hand in the heat. You allow a drop to drop on the ground.
Yes.
It doesn't spray.
That's a great one.
The bulb remains a bulb.
Okay. So it will just stay there. But if it's fake, if it's fake honey, it will start spreading like water.
It doesn't spray like water. It remains that bulb.
Yes, I understand what you're saying. It will remain as a dot on the ground. It will not spread.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Number two.
Yes.
If you apply fire to it, it doesn't poke like a popcorn.
It doesn't what?
It doesn't poke. It burns as a flame.
It will burn as a flame, or it doesn't burn?
It burns like a flame. It doesn't poke. It doesn't bring that popcorn like you like popcorn does like poke. It doesn't poke.
Okay, I don't understand what you're saying. No.
I said if you apply flame to it, you burn, but it doesn't make poop.
Okay. It
Like when
doesn't.
you are fried popcorn,
Yes, yes.
popcorn doesn't be, it doesn't poop.
Yes.
The flame is burned without poop.
Without smoke.
Poop. It doesn't make like popcorn.
Okay,
Yes.
it doesn't pop. It doesn't pop. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So, but when you're burning honey, are you talking like it would be bubbling, like bubble, like popcorn, you're saying?
It will burn into full flame, but it doesn't bring a pop
Okay.
sound.
Okay, so it will burn, but it will not bring out, it will make those popping sounds and it will not have bubbles. That's what you're saying?
It will make that pop sound.
Yes. Okay.
That the pop sound is like oxygen is inside.
Okay. And that's what sugar would do. If you burn sugar, it will make that popping sound.
Yes, because there's oxygen inside.
Okay.
Number 3. I said number 3
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Go ahead.
is viscous.
Is what?
Viscous. I said it's viscous.
I didn't get that.
Like oil.
Like L?
Like oil.
Oil. Okay.
Yes. It's
You
viscous.
Is viscous like oil. Okay. Yeah. I get what you're saying now. Okay.
That is the real.
Okay, so honey is very viscous. That goes to what we just heard, that when you drop it on the ground, it remains as a dot. It does not spread. So you have also told us that it doesn't make the popping sound if you put a flame to it. It will not make that popping sound. Yes, and it will burn, but it will not make that sound. Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Timothy. See, I told you that there are many people who know this thing out there. Thank you so much, Dr. Timothy. Still taking your calls this evening, but let's move on to something. I was talking about carrots. Carrots are very, very beautiful. Now, my only concern about carrots is that we have so many of them that are being genetically modified now. We have carrots that some of them look like tubers of yam. And I really do not know if our nutritionists have taken time to check what the nutrients inside these carrots, because we have a lot of them now. We found a way to produce them even more, so that's a good thing, but I don't know how well they also have, how nutrient packed these new ones are, or these genetically modified ones. But if you can get the real carrots that haven't been, look for those ones that don't look like tubers of yam. Like, they are very, very good. I'm talking about even as good as, scraping them just a little bit, not within an inch of their lives, and parboiling them and mashing them for children that are still as young as 1 year, 2 years old. Children that are that young, you want to give them carrots. Carrots are very good for our eyes. As a matter of fact, a doctor told me that even for adults that have grown to a certain point, that have eye trouble, eating carrots will help. Quickly, let's move on to another one. Still taking your calls though. Let's talk about cabbages. Now, cabbages are a very, very funny fruit. For people, quite a number of people, when they take it, they feel like they have a lot of gas in their tummy. Some people will tell you that, I don't like the smell. But here's great news. Cabbage water is so good for digestive health. And you should ask me, I know. Cabbage water, and I'm talking not boiling it. I'm talking about just buying the cabbage. And this is where we really need to be careful, because these are the ways through which we could catch typhoid or any other waterborne. As a matter of fact, hepatitis, is it A or C? One of those ones that you can get from unclean water and unclean food. So we need to be really, really careful We need, it's A. I think it's hepatitis A. Anyway, one of the hepatitis. So we need to be careful about fruits and vegetables, washing them and eating. So you can use salt, but you could also just splash out and buy vinegar. It doesn't cost much. White vinegar is about maybe 150, 250 per bottle, because it's not like people drink it. It's to wash fruits majorly, and then of course for others to add as a dash of flavor for them. So in their food. So you wash the cabbage, remove it from the bowl and wash it properly, and then after you've done that, you soak it in the water, the vinegar water, soak it in the vinegar water, and then rinse it properly. Now, you could also grate it and ensure that you are able to see everything inside the cabbage. Like if you're grating and you're seeing stuff like brown things like sand or whatever, that means that you haven't washed it well. You have to wash it well. Now grate it. When you finish grating it, put water in it, just clean water, and let it stand for a while. And then you squeeze it or sieve it in a very fine sieve. And then that water that you get, you could actually keep it for about 3-4 days. Drink it in the morning, first thing in the morning. Very good for digestive health. That there are people who actually have sworn by the benefits of cabbage water. I'll tell you that it's helped me. For those who know me, you know that whenever I tell you I'm not feeling fine, most of the time it has something to do with my tummy. So it does help to calm your tummy down. And believe it or not, there are some of us, through eating habits, drinking what Yorubas call orishirishi, we've destroyed good bacteria in the gut. So many times, some of the tummy upsets that we have, and I'll tell you that I was one of those people, especially growing up in the university, wanted to slim down and look like everyone else. So when I would see teas from God knows wherever, I would drink them. Simply, they call them slimming teas. I would drink them. Drugs, slimming drugs, I would take them. And I think in doing that, I really did destroy quite a lot of things in my tummy. I'm lucky I got out alive. So this is a message to those people too who want to slim down. There's no shortcut. You either do the work, as in exercise and eat healthily, or you go for surgery. But please stop taking all these teas and drugs that claim to help you slim down, because I'm telling you, I'm one of the lucky ones. I think I'm one of the lucky people. So don't take those. That's another health issue. Don't take anything that claims to slim you down. Look, even the pharmaceutical ones, I'm talking about the ones that a doctor could recommend, actually comes with a lot of side effects. And if you use them for a certain time, you cannot use them for the rest of your life. If you use them for a certain time, after a while, you stop, you're going to go back and be bigger than you were before, like ×2, if you're lucky. If not, it could be ×3 or ×4. So talking to all the ladies out there, especially who want to lose weight, all these drugs destroy the flora. That's talking about the good bacteria in our tummy, and it doesn't end well. For some people, it even develops into cancer. So please do not take these medications that claim to do what they cannot do for you. All right, so we will go on a quick commercial break once again. When we get back, I have with me the doctor. Finally, I think he was able to finish saving the lives that he was supposed to save, and he's here. So if we have a little bit more time, he'll talk to us before we have to go. I realize that we don't have as much time anymore, but do stay with us. You're still on Your Health 360. All right, with me in the studio, Dr. Abrak. He had patients, like I said, and I couldn't get through to him, but thank God now he's here. And instead of talking about our original topic, I've said to him, look, let's even talk about what a lot of people have problems with. Why patients would find it difficult to talk to their doctors about homeopathic remedies or benefits, how to aid healing with the use of foods that we have within reach in the house. Many times doctors just, sniff at it, laugh at it, wave it off. They don't want to hear it. And, here is Dr. Abrak. You tell us, why do doctors not believe as much in the powers of foods that we eat?
All right, I'll start by saying good evening, my listeners, and sorry for coming into the studio late. Something held me back, but thank God we're here, and the topic on is on use of food as remedies or possible treatments of some basic ailment. Yeah, food is very good. It helps in bodybuilding and maintenance of good health status. Why we mostly, or some extent, don't give a lot of concern to those who ask you about a food to a peculiar treatment is because when a patient presents to you, they are anxious about a disease condition they have. It's already a disease condition that needs to be treated, not prevented. Most people ask about a specific food because they believe that food could treat a specific disease condition. They don't treat. Treatment is different from prevention or maintaining a healthy lifestyle. So you can't use food to just treat. You could use other drugs. There are therapeutic uses and prevention doses of medications or drugs or food. So we rather be on the preventive measures. We advise you on what to eat, because the effect will not be immediate. It will be a long-term effect that you'll get from what you're feeding on. But for therapeutic, for treatment purpose, food are not enough. You have to use the drug that is specific, meant for that particular disease condition you have. So we recommend good feeding, but the effects are not immediate. It's over time that you begin to, and it's gradual. It's a gradual process. Whereas most of those people that come around and ask a specific food for a specific disease condition, they are already sick. And when a doctor opens his mouth to commit that, okay, take oranges, you'll get better. And by next week, they're already anticipating good healing. Whereas these are in small quantities that the body keeps storing, getting back to refill in where there is a missing nutrient. And the effect, the outcome, you get to find out in some 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year time. And in a lot of time, people say, this doctor, I don't even know if he knows what he's doing, because you advise them and the anticipation is they get better from the food. So if there's a disease condition, there's a specific drug for it. Good nutrition is good, but the outcomes are always delayed. They are in distant time, not immediate. So that's why we don't recommend food for treatment. We recommend food for healthy living. It prevents some disease condition from happening, not to treat them. Yeah.
What about aiding the treatment, the Western, the orthodox drugs?
Okay.
There are homeopathic remedies that people say aid. Okay, let me give you an example.
Yes,
For instance, people who find that they're facing the specter of cancer, for instance, we have heard that foods like turmeric actually have cancer inhibiting properties. And so people who are on those treatments could also supplement with using turmeric in their foods. But many times a lot of our doctors don't even want to countenance that aspect of it. We're not saying ditch Western medicine. We're saying use it with Western medicine to help in healing and fastening up the process.
Okay, not just turmeric. All our food that have minerals are important, and vitamins are important for not just cancer, also for all kind of ailments. Because when you're sick, your immunity tends to go low. And so let me just say something small about our body immunity. I will use some terms, it may not be very familiar, but there are some things we call immunoglobulins. Those are our immune body system. Those immunoglobulins are made from minerals and vitamins and proteins. Now, just look at those things I mentioned. They are from where? Food. Are you getting me? But when you keep eating good food that has all this, your immunity gets stronger and the tendency for cancer cells to be formed is less. When you don't eat them much, it gives room for the cancer to be formed. At this time around, there is already a disease condition. Eating them while taking your cancer medicine, they are okay. Because the body immune system need to be boosted up. It's fine. But your expectations to cure cancer is what we discourage. It's already a full-blown disease that has a specific treatment protocol. Feed well. When someone is not feeding, sometimes we have to even find an alternative way, putting a tube through his nose to feed him, because we know there are important things the body still needs during the course of this. But still repeat that they are not treatment. They are only a body support system.
Okay. We've run out of time, Doc.
Yeah.
So I would want people to talk to you.
Okay.
And so let's quickly have one or two calls this evening before we have to go. The numbers are 081 40,000 989 and 070 800 989. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening and welcome.
Yeah, you're on to Engineer Muhammad Fallo Ligelo from Tudumari Kaduna.
Engineer Muhammad, you're welcome.
Yeah. Please, I have just two questions for doctor.
Go ahead.
These are about the immune system. You said the immune system, about the coronavirus vaccine. So there is a certain question that I used to put to a doctor to what are the main importance of the vaccine when you take a shot of the first time, because it's having two dosage at a time, just like AstraZeneca. So when you're having that vaccine, it will prevent you from catching the coronavirus, or what are the main reasons to take a vaccine?
To take the vaccine.
That's the first question.
Okay.
And the second question, just about the water that we are drinking, because there is certain water, the tap water we are drinking come with chlorine, and some of our boreholes, they didn't come with the chlorine.
Right.
So what is the big difference or the importance, the water that we drink with chlorine and the water that we drink without chlorine, just like a borehole and well water. With tap water comes with chlorine for the purification.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, and thank you to Engineer.
All right. I think I will go straight ahead to the question. Engineer, thank you for calling. I think I can recognize you as a caller almost for every of our program.
Right.
Thank you very much about that. Now back to immunity, and in terms of COVID-19, why do we take the vaccine, or what does the vaccine do? Now,
you have to be fast.
Yeah.
We're almost out of time. Just 2 minutes.
Okay, please. So about the vaccine, what it does is, a vaccine is made from the virus itself. Most of the time, the virus have a part of it that is dangerous to us. So that part of it that is dangerous is always removed, and the vaccine itself, the virus itself, is used to produce the vaccine. Now, what it does is that if you were once infected with such virus, your body by itself responds to the virus by producing those things we call immunity, those immunoglobulin, and those proteins that are produced are specific for the bacteria, for the virus itself. They are very specific. Like, I have a disease, I have a thief attacking me, then I get a gun. Formerly, when there is no thief, there is no gun. But now there is a thief, there is a gun. So what it does, it makes you to produce more guns to keep your body waiting for such kind of virus. So anytime such thieves come in like the virus, the guns are used for it. So they are very specific for specific virus. That's what vaccine do. I hope I have answered you.
So this means that if another virus that is not that particular thief comes, that other vaccine might not
really work for it.
Okay.
The body itself have the ability to also start producing newer immunity for that new virus again.
Okay.
So what we do is we be able to isolate that kind of virus, get its prototype, then attenuate it. Attenuation means making it inactive or non-dangerous, then produce such copies. And then when you introduce it to the body now produce immunity against those viruses to just recognize them anytime the virulent type is being contracted.
Okay, what about chlorine and non-chlorinated water?
Yeah.
What does it do to our health? Any health benefits or?
Chlorinated water gives us more benefit in terms of sterile water compared to non-chlorinated.
Okay, so it's just about sterilizing the water.
Just clean, free of germs.
Free of germs.
Yes.
All right. So, Engineer Falalu, I hope you heard that, and that was good enough for you. Dr. Abrak, continue to save lives. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making out time to still come.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. The program is Your Health 360. For the place men, the Gidiga, Gadagi men, they are around the corner ready to take over. I hope that this edition was good enough for you. You are very important to us. And here is me bidding you a victorious weekend ahead. Stay with us.
360 with Jacqueline Adebija.